Alright, for those of you watching the VOD afterwards, or those of you who are coming back in as the stream picks back up, welcome back. This is going to be part 2 of day 4. We had a trademark War Dog internet crash. But yeah, your aim stat is typically like 65 average for your squaddies and lance corporals. That's like my recruit's aim. Squaddies are usually around 70, sharpshooters tend to be about 80. I really enjoy having shooting feel a bit more in my control. Yeah, you know what? Maybe the first time I played XCOM, I played it on easy, but I've really like almost always played it on the one above that. And yeah, like I love the tactics and I love the squad management and I love moving around, like and flanking the enemy and doing the tactics and stuff. And I don't mind if shit goes wrong. Like I think with the with the Haven mission with the rescue the civs, like I made a tactical misjudgment in thinking I was going to be able to grab everybody. That was on me that went so badly. So I'm bothered, but I don't mind. Like yes, we had that one turn where every single one of the 3 snipers missed, but prior to that, every one of them had hit and most of them had killed every time they'd done it. But like yeah, I think feeling like they can't hit the broadside of a barn even when they like I don't even know, like statistically it does feel like XCOM, even when it's like 50-60%, like they seem to miss 50-60% shots a lot more than they hit sometimes, which is like, well then it's not 60%, is it? Don't mind when things go wrong. I don't like it when it feels like it's the norm, feeling like it sometimes goes right. Yeah, exactly, Ryan. I'm of the same mindset. I think for me, like I would prefer that. So we'll definitely play on easy next time for a more fun experience, because that's really what we want, right? That's what matters. And as long as it's not so easy that, you know, there's zero risk and zero challenge, then I'll do that. Lucia saying we can do a human XCOM. I would like to do a human XCOM, like the way XCOM is just played. Welcome back, Travis, and welcome back, Aria. I'd like to do a human XCOM. The problem I had with that previously was I was like, oh yeah, subs get to completely custom design their soldier, and it therefore took fucking ages. Fucking ages. Right? Like, forever. Like 10-15 minutes sometimes to customize people. However, I think what I'll do is, I think we're onto something with the clones and the paint daubs. What I'll do is say, possibly, with humans. Hey Dylan, how are you doing, man? Welcome to the stream. If we do humans, what we'll say is name and nickname can definitely be changed, and nationality, because it's really not hard, you know, and gender. So all of that shit, people can just tell me what they want. Then what I think we'll do is, we'll do, like, rather than you guys picking an individual face, because that takes forever, just sort of give me a skin color or like a my brain just died. Like a skin color or a ethnicity. That's the word I was trying to think of. Like, so, you know, I want my person to be Asian or Caucasian or African American, whatever. And then, you know, what we'll do is we'll do eye color and like hair, and then that's it. Everybody will start with a normal, like the same uniform. So the way we're doing it with the clones, you start off with a default uniform, but then the more you perform, the more you can customize your kit one at a time. I think that's probably going to be the best way of doing it. Imatech saying Imperial Guard if you can. It might be possible to do Imperial Guard Imatech, but I don't know. I have checked it out a little bit and I wasn't super impressed with the mods, the way they looked. And the other thing is, I don't know how we would customize Imperial Guard. Like with the clones, they've got different paint on their armor. With the humans, like I just said, we'll start with a default kind of uniform and let people gradually pimp their uniform. But with the Imperial Guard, it's like, well, everyone's going to be an Imperial Guard. Has your guy died, Dave? No, but he has suffered a potentially worse fate. He was captured by Advent. Alright, Sarah, I was trying to explain when my internet dropped. You have 2 daubs of paint to go on. So I need to know what you want to paint. Helmet, torso, arms, or legs. And you're gonna get two options. So let me know. You want the handprint on the torso? Sarah already knowing what she wants there. I think that's gonna be the Echo one, if I remember correctly. So that one? Dave, you need to check the VOD out, mate, because it was really not a case of leaving him behind. It was a case of, like, Laxi managed to drag Son onto the evac ship by, like, literally whilst an Advent sergeant stared at him from 3 feet away, and everybody else died, and you were unconscious. Like, no, I know you're giving me shit, but, like, genuinely, there was fuck all way we could have helped him. It literally went to shit so bad that it was like, whoever can get on the ship, we're leaving. And then arms, but you don't remember which one, that's fine. Do you have a rough idea of what you wanted for the arms? Worn is kind of like almost all completely painted. 501st is like the shoulder pads. 212th is kind of this like elbows and shoulders half thing. Bly is aligned the whole way down. Yeah, it really did. We were doing really well. Shock Trooper is the shoulder pads and these light lines. There's shitloads. I don't know if you the whole arm thing, the worn one. Yeah, we don't have anyone, Dave. We're like struggling as fuck right now. To be honest, this campaign may be in the toilet. We've lost that many clones. Alrighty, that's going to be Scouts. Scouts daub's done. Let me just make a note that Sarah's no longer owed a daub. Ba 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 ba. So, where are we at? We've still got a fair few clones, but at this point I'm starting to get concerned with the fact that the highest rank we've got is Sergeant and there's only one of them, and he's wounded for 20 days. I feel like maybe this is now going to be unrecoverable. I don't know. Ryan, you've got Long War 2 experience. What do you think? I've done really bad with this campaign. Really, really bad. If the XCOM 2 Electric Boogaloo human still happens, is all the clone armor gonna still be there? I may leave the clone armor in, if people want that. You won't be defaulting to clone armor, that's for damn sure. But I might leave it in case 1 or 2 people want to utilize it. I'm a filthy casual, but I'd have flown the ship into the nearest Advent HQ by now. Do you mean like in a kind of we don't want to keep playing kind of fly into an Advent HQ? Laxi's saying cut our losses and restart as well. Right, I'll tell you what I'm going to do then. I don't really know about fully restarting a new campaign at this point. But what I will do is say, oh fuck me, I've got to make sure I save the right one. Sponsor a clone 1. Save. Right. That is now saved. So we'll go back to the main menu. Fuck you, fuck everyone on this ship, disappointments, fuck me and fuck the ship I rode in on. Okay, I see. We'll go back to the main menu and we'll have a peruse of customization to see, like, what do we think, like, might happen. What do we think might happen with, let me select all, delete, 1 second, import, clone squad. Okay, why is there nobody in there? There really should be. Glad I didn't fucking delete them in that case. Export selection to clone squad, where they should be in the first place. Import, clone squad, there we go, right, okay. So now I can say select all and delete. Good, right. So I already made me as a human. This is Bromhead. It's more or less how my anyone who saw me stream XCOM previously will more or less recognize the outfit, the uniform. Like, I always do everything in black. Bromhead as a character was a ranger in Warcraft, so I gave him the ranger tab as a tattoo, and he's obviously from the UK, so like, that's one way of doing it. Have you unlocked Jar Jar yet? Not unless finding Jar Jar involves being dead. I don't do save scum in Laxey. If we're done, we're done. The other side of it is, you know, half the reason we're in the situation we're in, part of it is because I made bad decisions, but part of it's just because Advent fucked us, and that can happen at any point. What's happening, Sarah? Basically, we're going in to have a quick look-see at, because we may be starting Season 2. We may have lost Season 1. Technically we could still continue, but we've lost a lot of clones in the last 3 missions, and I don't feel like we've got enough people to continue the fight. So at the very least we're kind of looking at possible customization. Ryan, I lost everybody that I used to have. XCOM did an update. I think they changed their launcher and it seems to have wiped everything. So I lost everyone. I remade Bromhead. So yeah, I have quite a few voices. There's a lot of genuine just XCOM voices anyway. Oh, these are all apparently for females. We only have the XCOM voices because I don't have any female voice packs. You know, there's the different attitudes, which I'm definitely not going to let people customize every single aspect of their person, because that's going to get ridiculous. But if we go up here, I'll do male just because there's a few more customization options with the males. Props wise, you know, we've got all the clone helmets and stuff, which may or may not stay in. We've also got like headsets and we've got some funky masks and helmets, NVGs, goggles. We've got some of these funky stuff as well. There's loads of stuff that, like, I had a whole bunch of uniforms the last time I did a human run through, and I thought they were pretty good. For the men, voice wise, I've got quite a few options. If anybody's ever played Company of Heroes, I've got a lot of British and American voices from Company of Heroes.
On the move. Moving. I'm moving now. Hustle it up, chaps. All right, cheers, sir. Going on a romp. Double quick.
Go! Stay with me. Come on. Get those legs moving! Come one, come all. We're moving.
Let's go. Stay with me. Making my way over there now. On my way.
So yeah, there's a few voices. We've still currently got the clone troopers and stormtroopers and shit, but I don't know if we'd use them or not. I might even, like, with the voices, I might even just choose for you guys. I mean, potentially, if you really wanted to, you can use I don't know what we'd call them in non-clone terms, but you can use a daub to change your voice if you really wanted
Moving to your mark.
But I honestly think most people would be more bothered about what their person actually looks like. Regretted Germ, welcome to the stream. Thanks for dropping in, mate. We're just taking a look at some customization on XCOM, because we may have lost our clone campaign. It's kind of in the toilet right now. The other thing is that there is an option for customization, right? If we'll use this guy. Armor pattern, right? There's a few like built-in XCOM camouflage patterns, but I've got a mod that basically takes a whole shitload of real-world camouflage patterns, including Danish M84 apparently. I don't know if Son's still around, and I'm not sure what M84's colours are, but you can change the colours, which includes things like multicam and I'm sure Marpat's in here somewhere. Yeah, US Marpat, Colonial Marine, Chocodip, UK DPM. So there's like a shitload of real world camouflages that are possible. Do I have a total mod list, David? I can get you one on Discord, but I don't have a command that shows one or anything. Call it a chit? Why would we call it a chit? What's the logic? Do you have Ozcam? I believe it was up there. Australian Ozcam? I don't... What colours are Ozcam normally, David? Because if you look, like, it's based off of your armour colours. Dylan, thank you so much for the 3 gifted subs. A White Knight, welcome to the Wolfpack. Gunner950, welcome to the Wolfpack. And Tiny Turtle, welcome back to the Wolfpack, buddy. So yeah, I don't know what colour Ozcam usually is, like I say, but you could probably get it fairly close, and the pattern's there. Oh, a White Knight was apparently hiding in the chat. Goth Teddy, thank you very much for the host, buddy, appreciate that. A short official note, typically recording a sum owed. Yeah, okay, we could call them chits. Although I'm worried that YouTube or Twitch, like, auto caption is going to think I'm saying shit. Professional lurker, White Knight, no worries, man. Professional lurkers are welcome here, I appreciate you, thank you very much. So yeah, you can. I've got those, and for the fucking Jesus. For the squads in Long War, I've got a bunch of real-world military emblems like the SAS and Rangers and Navy SEALs and stuff. So you can potentially, you know, pretend you're real-world military. Part of me feels like I would probably take the clone stuff out, maybe, but that looks kind of fucking weird, to be honest. I think the clone stuff would just, like, it would bog down a human playthrough. Like, we could potentially do one later on that's basically just every mod. Everyone just do whatever you want, but I think for Season 2 I'd want something a bit more organised. Brown, dark green and khaki. Okay, let me see if I can roughly recreate that. Brown. Dark green. I don't know where the third colour's coming from. Where is the third colour coming from? I don't know. Apparently you can change 2 of the colours, David. Oh no, wait. It looks like... So, like, that's tied to what you choose, I guess? This changes 1 to the colour you're selecting, and then another 1 to a colour of some description. I don't know, that feels like it might be fairly close, but I don't know if that's quite what it's supposed to look like, Laxi, but you can get reasonably close. Get rid of that. I've also got face paint. But I mean, there's a few options. Most of them are ridiculous, but they're there if you wanted them. The other thing, if I switch tattoo colour away from yellow, because yellow is kind of stupid, you know, there's left arm tattoos and right arm tattoos. There is quite a few, well, not quite a few, there's a couple of normal XCOM ones, but then I've got a shitload of military tattoos, so you can get like an Australian, New Zealand Army Corps, Anzac tattoo, Australian 1st Commando Regiment, Australian Kangaroo, there's Brazilian ones, there's British ones including Royal Marine Commandos, Parachute Regiment, SAS, Gurkhas, 16 Air Assault, there's 1 Canadian Special Operations Regiment one, there's some French ones, there's a couple of German, Irish, Italian, Kiwi, plenty of American military tattoos, a few extra custom XCOM tattoos, quite a few actually. My other ride is a sector pod. There you go. XCOM Ranger, like, these are clearly class tattoos. That's pretty cool. I didn't notice them before. Specialist Medic, Steampunk, Specialist. That's pretty cool. That's like a cool sleeve. So yeah, there's a few tattoos and stuff. No worries, Regretted Germ. Thank you for stopping by, but I appreciate it. See you soon. I don't know if we're 100% abandoning the clones yet, Ryan. I'm not going to start a second campaign tonight, that's for sure. But I'm kind of just trying to give you guys an idea of the sort of stuff that you'd be customizing. I do want to check for the ladies whether the tattoos and stuff work for them. They should do, I would think. But I want to make sure. Yeah, so the ladies can use all the same tattoos. This one's wearing sleeves, so you can't see them, but they're all still options. If I go here and say, could you kindly... No, that is not the right thing. Moron. There's also these funky... I don't really know which mod these came from, but you can get these like big armoured arm things on the go. So, you know, if you go with arms 3, yeah, well, she's unfortunately got pink tattoos right now, but you can change the colour on them. So there's, you know, the ladies can wear the tattoos as well, so that's pretty cool. There's plenty of, like, options. I mean, Laxi, like, the backstory's completely up to you guys. Like, you know, you'll be picking their name, their nationality, their gender, and then at the start they will basically get basic equipment, right? Like uniform, same as with the clones, so that I don't have to custom build every single person from the ground up. Like, You'll all start off looking the same, but the more you go through and you earn chits, which is going to be the other term for like paint daubs, like as you earn chits, you'll get to spend them on, okay, I'm going to drop that part of the uniform, like I'm going to take the mask off or the balaclava off, I want to, you know, change my hair, I want to change my armor colour, I want to change the camo pattern, I want to put a tattoo on, like, we'll do that bit by bit. No worries, Dylan. Thanks for stopping by, man. Appreciate it. I'll see you soon, I hope. I can hear a helicopter. Again. What the fuck did I just do? That's a loud helicopter. Yeah, I mean, you know, I think if people just give me a rough idea, you know, I might even make like a standard template. Like I need to know your name, first and last, nickname, nationality, skin color, gender, eye color, hair color, and then, you know, a basic hairstyle, I guess, like a rough idea, and then we'll do the rest through chits. The fact that there's an Irish Army Rangers tattoo has me sold. Was there really? I only saw one Irish tattoo, but I didn't look what it was. There you go. Irish Army Rangers. And the other thing is, you can do a left arm tattoo and a right arm tattoo, and I believe with the military service tattoos, you have the same options. So technically speaking, as much as they're not, like the left is the more visible, but you can have like 2 tattoos if you really wanted. So you'd have first Cav on one arm and Irish Rangers on the other. Let's just start over and make humans. I'm not doing it tonight, Sarah, because I'm going to need to set up the uniforms and stuff. And that will mean I need to go through, oh, yeah, no, I would need to, I think. No, potentially. You know what? I could potentially do that on stream. And it'll give you guys more of an idea about customization. Oh, fuck off. So what I will need to do is go in here, load game, go back to the clone campaign, because I'm gonna have to do it via uniform manager and then export the characters to the character pool to become the class, more or less. But I don't mind, we'll do that. I'll show you guys that. Laxi, I don't want to do it that way anyway, because people who don't have the game or don't, you know, have the technical know-how to do that are going to be ending up at a disadvantage to people that do know. And I'd rather have people earn the customization, because I think that adds something to the campaign as well. So let me go to view soldiers. We're not going to be saving this one, so I'm just going to say, hi uncle, you're going to be my test dummy here. Alright, none of that shit makes any difference, but let's go ahead and say for our human recruits, yeah, I'm definitely going to take the clone stuff out for the human, like when we do the human campaign, because there's just so much in here that just adds needless scroll time. Main armor color will be black. Secondary armor color will be black. Let's go in here and say torso for a recruit. Apart from the clone stuff, what have we got? Okay, yeah, we don't want to use that. And those are from the other Star Wars mod that's not very good. So it's going to be this stuff up here. Let's go with that. Go with 0. You know what? Go with 0 on that. Go with 2 on that. So that, I mean, as much as they're not going to have a big fucking clone machine gun, that's probably what the recruits will look like at first in my campaign. Something similar to that at least. If we go to Ash. We'll go customize. Main armor color will be black. Secondary armor color will be black. We'll do. Let's go ahead and make a. Let's go ahead and make a sniper. I can give you guys an idea of what the snipers will look like. I'm more or less doing this the way that I used to have them. Or as close to what I can remember as I used to. Sure I had something else on when I did this before. No, hello, fuck off. No, I don't think it was that. Sure shit wasn't that. Or that. That might have been it. And then, no! Fuck off. I'm fairly sure that I had I don't know, maybe I didn't have the tac mask on the snipers, but the snipers would probably look like that as their standard uniform. I will be keeping Commander's Choice, Ryan, yes. Old Dad New Games, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that, buddy. Welcome to the doghouse. I ended up with a uniform for every class, Ryan, when I did it before. So let me go. I'll show you what I used to have for my technicals using test. Armor color was black on everybody because it just seems to suit more situations, to be honest. So I had no, let's start with torso for the tech. Ooh, I'm gonna have to get rid of that clone scarf. Go away, please. Torso for the technicals was, I think, that, because they are big, heavy, like carrying all kinds of shit types of dudes. I believe I had them like that. Oh, fuck off. Legs would have been, I think for the technicals I may have even used those ones. And then for their head, I believe I used that one. So that's how my technicals looked. They had a helmet, they had that funky mask which looks kind of technical, but I thought because they're using experimental things that have clearly got propane tanks on their arms that they might want a ventilator in case something goes wrong. Now, as much as I admit you can't see their face as a standard uniform, especially since, you know, people might be using chits to take the helmets and the masks and stuff off, I think that that's probably a good idea. So that's what my technicals used to look like, and it's probably what they'll look like again. Gonna have to shoot through now, need to get ready for work. No worries, Laxay. Thank you for stopping by the stream, buddy, appreciate it. I'll see you soon. So yeah, that's my technicals. Doc is a medic. I think I did actually have like a uniform for medics as well. In fact, I'm pretty sure I had a uniform for everything, to be honest. If I remember rightly, the medic was probably that torso because it looks the lightest. It was probably... No, I don't think it was those arms. It was probably that one because I wanted them to have gloves because they're a medic, but yeah. They probably had knee pads, and then I don't know, I can't quite remember, but I think I love these, by the way. I can't remember. Okay, calm down. I can't remember which mod it is that adds this stuff, not the Warden stuff there, but like the helmets and the NVGs and the goggles and shit. My medics, I believe. Part of me wants to say that they wore Kevlar, but I may have had a couple of them running around with field berets on. I'm not really sure. No, I think they probably were wearing helmets. They probably were wearing the Kevlar. Fuck off. Fuck off. Yeah, I think they probably looked like that. Let's find... what else have we got in here? We've got a gunner. Yeah, it's probably Captain Bubs. That Kevlar wasn't yours to lose. So for the gunners, I probably went with torso-wise, they'll have wanted. Oh, I haven't changed his armor color. Torso-wise, they'll have wanted whatever was the one that looked like it had the most ammo pouches and the heaviest, which is probably torso 3. Legs for the gunner were probably number 1 because they've got some pretty heavy knee pads. It's got a lot of padding. Arms for the gunner was probably... I don't know, it might have been that. Who knows? I think with the arms, like, I may just... I don't know where I'll stand with them. I may just like default to 0 on the arms, but probably not. I feel like for the gunners it was 0 though. And I believe they probably wore... definitely didn't wear the Warden shit. It may have even been Kevlar too, the thicker helmet with the visor, I don't know. But he's not quite the right colour. Let's find Scout. Let's do Scout, because I can remember more or less what my Shinobis looked like, and it was pretty good. Change change the armor color this time. So for Shinobi, torso will have been the lightest looking one, which, I mean, arguably is, I don't think I used 0 because that looks quite hard shell. So it was probably 2. Arms for the Shinobi were probably that one because I wanted them mostly covered because you don't want skin giving your position away, but at the same time, you know. Legs were almost certainly 2 because it's the lightest looking. And then helmet hat for the Shinobi was it just that? Was it just the balaclava? I don't think it was. No, I think it was. Oh no, for the Shinobi I think it was headset and balaclava. So that's what my Shinobi looked like. Aria, we haven't started over yet. I'm just kind of showcasing if we did a human playthrough what my kind of default uniforms for the classes would look like. So what did we do so far? Yeah, that was kind of like the recruit. I mean, I'm not going to do them all, but needless to say, as much as they all looked very similar, they were all unique in one way or the other. Some of them looked cooler than others, in part because I felt like those classes were the cooler classes. So like Shinobi and Sharpshooter. I think the technicals looked really cool. Have I got a Grenadier that's alive? Yeah, I do. So I'll show you how my Grenadiers looked. They didn't look too dissimilar to my technicals, but they did have a difference. I think I did the the Grenadiers rather. The Grenadiers probably were, I don't know, I think probably that one. Legs wise, they would have been whatever's the one with the most padding, but not hard padding. So it was probably that. Arms for the Grenadiers was probably, I think it was probably 1 to be honest. And then their head was definitely, yeah, that clone shit's definitely going. Yeah, it was definitely that. And then I think I also made use of, if I change the tattoo colour to black, I think I made use of some face paint by putting, where's it gone? Yeah, collar. So it paints their neck black, so you don't realise that they're not you don't realise that they've got skin there. I haven't done them all yet. I've only done a couple. Half, maybe. I mean, Reese Cup, ideally, in terms of SRP, what you just said, ideally that won't happen. But if it does, I mean, if somebody came to me and said so-and-so ran a priority during a cooldown, but they were the one that had the priority before the cooldown, I'd probably be like, slap on the wrists, make sure you don't do that shit again, keep your priority timer active until you're sure you're away. But that'd be it. Like, I can't see me, and to be honest, I'm the strictest member of staff anyway, I can't see even me being like, what are you doing? Like, you can't, like, you're getting suspended because you ran a priority during a cooldown when you were the one who had it on cooldown. So yeah, I don't know. I'll take a look. Certainly the headgear will change depending on the class for the standard uniform. I may standardize the kit a little bit more, at least in terms of the torso and the arms and shit. I'll probably just pick the most boring possible so that you guys, you know, have stuff to actually customize. But yeah, I don't know. I think maybe we're at. You know what else I need to do? Which didn't matter with the clone stuff so much, but it kind of does with the humans, is weapon color, so that it's dark. In fact, let's give this guy a proper human weapon so that it doesn't look quite so weird. So that would be a grenadier in my human campaign, more or less. And I'll get those squared away before we actually start the campaign, so that I've got everybody that I need. I'm not actually sure why the fudge I did this way. Because I could have just done this in fucking character creator pool. Which, you know what? As much as you guys have just fucking watched me do that shit, I'm gonna go and create the templates now, and I'm gonna keep streaming while I do it. But we're probably not picking up the clone campaign again. So if you want to hang around, fuck you, Ryan. I'm doing it because it needs doing, not because I needed to show you guys. But it's gonna need to be done before the stream starts anyway, so... Right, let me just change the stream title so that nobody comes in here getting confused. Popcorn time. I don't know. Most of you guys probably don't want to see that. See this. That's fine. If you want to bail out at this point, I completely get that. But I am going to create some uniforms. In theory, I need to create male and female, but I'm just going to do male for now. Rookie template. Don't really care about any of the rest of that, but this definitely needs changing. Weapon color needs changed too. Nope, that's white. Quite look like it's the right colour, but who cares? Fine. Right, props. You know what? Start with the torso. For the recruits, yeah, we'll go with the hard shell, I think. Arms. Go with 0. Legs. Definitely going with 2. Okay. Helmet, hat. The clone shit is 100% going before we do this. Do I want to do it that way? No, I don't think I do. I don't think that's actually the way I ended up doing it before either, because I think that was my recruits. They had a helmet, because they probably need one. Okay, Grenadier. Template. They actually got my fire tags for Discord finally. Hey! Excellent. Right, let's get these armor colours squared away. Props, torso for the Grenadiers. I appear to be on legs. Okay, legs will be 1. That's definitely still legs. Torso is not going to be 0. Torso for the Grenadiers is going to be 3. No. Arms for the Grenadiers. You know what, we'll just start with 0. Helmet or hat for the Grenadiers. It's Kevlar plus gas mask. With a collar. There we go, there's a Grenadier. Create character. Stop giving me females for fuck's sake. Let's do gunner. Template. No, don't care about that. Oh god. I can almost tell that some people are going to come up with some absolutely horrific, like, colours. God, I hope they don't. Right. Gunner. That one looks to me like it's got the most ammo pouches plus protection, so we'll go with that. Go with arms 0. Legs 1. Helmet, hat for the gunner. Fucking clone shit, go away. Kevlar 2. He looks like a Gears of War extra. Right, what other classes have we got? Specialist. Template. Nope. Permission to grenade anyone with glow-in-the-dark level fuckery. Tempting. Very tempting. Specialist torso. I think we're going to go with the hard shell for them. Arms 0 seems to be the best one for most people. Go with that. That looks more or less like how I had my specialists. Actually think maybe that this did I have that on the specialists or did I have that on the gunners? I definitely had it on one of them. Yeah, some of this shit may still change slightly, but don't want to wait until Monday for another stream, damn it. Well... Would it be too far to say, like, let's take the rookie template here, right? Like, we take his helmet off for a second. Like, let's say that this is like one of you guys. You guys have just sponsored a rookie, right? When the rookie comes in, oh, his hair color's horrible. That's why. Like, if we straight up said all the male rookies have to have a buzz cut fade and no facial hair. Like, face wise, obviously I'll let you guys pick, right? And race and skin color you guys pick. But like, hair and facial hair, just to level the playing field so everybody starts the same, everybody gets the same. And then shit, like, even if we were talking about female, like, we could pick a standard for the females. Why did that change all of her fucking everythings? I'm pretty sure they can even get a buzz cut. Can they get a buzz cut? Yeah, buzz cut fade. So what if we said everybody's, like, when they first sponsor a soldier, they all get a buzz cut fade and the men have no facial hair? Everybody literally, like, when they enlist with XCOM, gets a crop. I do too, Sarah. I think that's the fairest way I can think of, because what I want to cut down on, what happened when I last did a human XCOM stream was, like, when somebody sponsored, which there wasn't even that many back then. Like, we've had fucking 20 odd this time. Like, their first name and last name and nickname was a thing, their nationality was a thing, their gender was a thing, then they needed to pick hair color and eye color and fucking, you know, race and skin color and armor color, and then they'd go through all the accessories and it'd be like, oh no, I want a baseball hat and a cigarette. Like, it took forever. It took ages. But I think if we say, this page is completely you guys, like, as soon as you make somebody, first name, last name, nickname, nationality and gender, that's all fine. Your face, I'll let you guys choose. I mean, there's not that many options anyway. The face does change with the race, but there's only 3 options there. I'm not really sure. 0 and 3 both look like Caucasian to me, but they're different. 2 looks like it's supposed to be Asian maybe, and 1 is obviously African American. And then there is varying shades of skin color for each race. So I think we'll say when you first create someone, I'm not even going to let you guys pick hair color, because with the buzz cut fade it doesn't matter. If you want to spend a chit on doing your hair to a different, like, style, then I'll let you choose hair color as part of it. But I think what we're going to say is, like, you guys do character info, face, race, skin color, and eye color at the start, and that's it. And then everything else will be standardized, and you will customize as you go. it be pushing it to start Pekka bald? I mean, yeah, I think it would, to be honest. Because the minute I make an exception for making Pekka bald, Ryan, I'm going to have somebody say, well, would it be an exception if I just did my hair this way? Like, first of all, I'm probably going to try and have something covering their head most of the time. So, like, people might want to... I don't know if they'll want to take the helmet off first and then do their hair, or whether they'll want to do their hair then take the helmet off, or the hat or whatever. But generally speaking, people are going to have, like, their head covered anyway, so it really doesn't matter if he's bald or buzz cut. They all had a quarantine cut. Yeah, more or less. I think that's the fairest way I can do it. And with voice, I'll either, if I feel like I know what that person should sound like, especially with the men, because I prefer the Company of Heroes voices, personally. But, you know, with the, I'll probably just let the game choose the voices, so there's a bit of more variation. And they're not that different anyway, like the default voices. Attitude, everyone will start as by the book, because that's the one that looks the neatest. And then, you know, as we go, if you want to use a cheat to change your attitude, we'll say that you developed a personality, like more of a personality as you went. That makes sense to me. Props, yeah, all of this can be changed with a cheat. I mean, hell, you can even add scars if you want. But we'll save that to being something people can add as they go, rather than, again, letting people do it at the start, where then it takes fucking 15 minutes to do one person. Here's a chick, cut me here. Yeah, there you go. I think that's the fairest way to do it, right, guys? Then, like, everybody starts exactly the same, and everybody kind of, like, everybody customizes at the same pace, essentially. Okay, so let me go back to male. I love that changed all the way back to what I already had him at. That's fucking weird. So he's already got his good buzz cut fade. So for the rookies are definitely going to wear the helmet. So the Grenadiers, again, they're completely covered. The Gunners are mostly covered. The Specialists are covered. What other classes have we got? Jesus. That's fucked up. I think you can, yes, Ryan, I think you're correct. That's the template I want, and I want it now. Yeah, there you go. That's fucking horrific. Thank you very much for that experience, XCOM. Right, what else do we need? We need... we've done Specialist, we've done Gunner, we've done Grenadier. Technical. Template. Bother with, as long as I know that they're covered up, that's fine. The technical was definitely Kevlar 3, always has been. maybe the technical did have the hard shell legs. Just because of how weird and experimental they are. But that's their face is covered as well. So then... what else have we got? Shinobi. Template. I'm not going to bother with their hair on the templates, but everyone will start the same. Shinobi was 100% the balaclava. And actually, now that I think about it, I think the Shinobi also had... there's a face paint in here, not quite Crow, but there's one in here that essentially just darkens the eyes. It might have been Pris. I think it was Pris. Yeah, I definitely used Pris on my Shinobis. So then these guys, I wanted them to have whatever looked the absolute lightest. But they also needed their arms mostly covered, so it was definitely that. And then legs was 100% 2. Yeah, that looks like my Shinobi. So his head's covered too. So so far we've got Grenadier, Gunner, Specialist, Technical, Shinobi, Sharpshooters still to go, Assault and Ranger. Okay, let's do them. Let's go first name, Sharpshooter. Okay, Sharpshoot. Template. Change the class on this one to Sharpshooter so that it actually has a sniper, so that I can see what it would look like. Torso for the Sharpshooter was probably whatever looked like it had the most ammo and was the lightest, which is probably 2. Looks like it. Was it? Did I use 2 or 1? I think I almost definitely used 2. As much as I think on my standard uniform the snipers had like one of these, unlike the Shinobi, who it makes sense that they have the wraps. I might just go with that. Their head covered, and then I think I also had potentially had the Gila tactical headgear on as well. Looks about right to me. So again, their hair's covered anyway. Then what have we got left? Ranger and Assault. Assault. Template. I think as well I would say, if somebody said to me like, you know, I'm playing as a Sharpshooter, I don't know why they would do this, but I'm playing as a sharpshooter, but I want to have the assault uniform. I would be okay with switching them over to the assault uniform and letting them start from there. Maybe it's got like more things that they want, so there's less changes for them to make. Would I want to do it that way? I don't know. I might have just been talking out of my arse for a second there. Right, assault was almost definitely I think it was that. I also think that I added the ballistic goggles, yet not fucking aviators. I'm pretty sure that was how I did my assault guys. Oh, their arms are not done properly, but torso. I think torso was probably the hard shell because they were assaulting. Legs was probably... that looks like it's a bit heavy. Yeah, I think it was probably 3. I think that was my assault guys. When your history teacher decides to join the resistance. The way he looked before. Yeah. So then we've got Ranger template. Part of me really wants to outlaw people having ridiculous colours. Like that fucking shade of purple, for example. Like, I really do not want people having that shit, but I don't know if I can actually stop them. So for the Rangers, I think it was probably that. Torso. Torso may have even been that. Legs was again probably that. Increased chit cost significantly for wacky colours. I mean, maybe, but I think it might just be easier to say you can't fucking have them. How did I have my Rangers kitted out before? Definitely was not with that. Part of me thinks maybe they had the headset and ball cap. Oh, I think I know what maybe they had actually. I think it was not one of Bub's. Maybe, no, I don't think they did have the recon hood actually. Fucking Rambo. Don't feel like that's correct. Yeah, I feel like the last time I did this, they may have had that. But that means every single class has their hair covered by the default. Yeah, so that might be the way to do it. I'm okay, so I'm asking you guys, like legit, I'm asking you guys, those of you that are in here, would you think I was a dick if I said you cannot have ridiculous colours? No, because it'd fuck with my immersion. Well, it'd fuck with mine too, which is why I'd have a problem with it. I wouldn't have an issue with people choosing different colours, like I'm going to start with everybody in black, but if people think, no, I want more of a brown, or I want like a camo pattern with green and brown, or like khaki, and you know, like I don't mind people doing that, that's fine. But I just don't want like fucking neon purple, or neon pink, or bright red. Like, I want it to make sense. I don't even mind if people do dark red. So, I mean, let's fucking create an extra person, right? Just for shits and gigs. Like, if somebody went fucking, I don't know. I mean, that's a smidge too dark, but it's not going to matter in a second. Oh, actually, we'll do that one. Is that red so bright? It doesn't look that bright. Okay, I'll tell you what. Let's switch the main back over. Yeah, we'll go with that one. If we go to props, armor pattern, say, yeah, why not? Like, I don't particularly, that might be a little bit too red, to be honest. But what I'm trying to find is a pattern where the red is kind of secondary. And that doesn't quite work. So maybe the main armor colour needs to be something much more neutral. I don't mind that for a start, like that looks fine. I don't know what the fuck colour that is, but... Let's say they wanted to go grey on that, and on the secondary... Why is that changed so much when it's the secondary? So like that would definitely be out. But that, I'd probably be okay with. It's a weird choice, but it's not like a super bright colour. Like, and it makes sense with the camo on, to a degree. I don't know what they're trying to hide in, apart from maybe a field of oranges, but... Did you see plaid? Possibly? Like, I think I'd be okay with that. Like, that's bordering on too bright, but it's not quite there. There's a dark red that kind of makes sense. Like, I'd be okay with that too, because the majority of the armor's not just bright red, right? Like, there's a lot of grey on there. Again, not quite sure what the practicality of red camo is, but I wouldn't be opposed to it. That but they would have to have a very specific, like a camo that worked with it. Because I think if I go and turn Dutch DPM off, although I mean that works too, because as much as the red still looks it looks weirder in there. Why is that? That's weird. Like with none on, that red is really bright, but as soon as you put camo on, it kind of gets a lot less bright. But yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to people doing camo with slightly different colours, like more strange colours. Shit, I think the Russians probably do fucking wear that, to be honest. In fact, I'm fairly sure that if I change the colour to... No, I don't think it's quite that colour. Sure as shit isn't that bright. I feel like the Russians do wear that with a bit more of a blue on. But I think the closest we're going to get is that. But I mean, shit, I wouldn't have a problem with that either. That looks pretty cool, to be honest. I mean, the weapon doesn't make much sense now, but I guess then you could just go down to there and maybe go into weapon pattern and say Russian Islam. There you go. Like, again, is it really necessary? No, not really, but I'd be fine with that. That looks like Russian camouflage. That's because it is Russian camouflage. I don't know about the colouring, but the pattern is. I've got real world camouflage patterns. All about neutral, Star Fox. You and I are going to get along. I mean, shit, like, what else we got? Some British camo patterns here. DPM. Take that off there. Secondary armor color. To be honest, if you're looking at like genuine like camouflage patterns, a lot of these secondary armor colors like are dark browns and dark greens and stuff. Like they make a lot more sense. As much as some of them don't quite appear like the colour that they pretend they are. Nope, not that. That. There you go, there's a camouflage pattern. It's a bit weird, but you know. If they have US Marines, I'm pretty sure they do. Is it Marpat? Like, that's Marine pattern camo, right? Marpat? Let me just change this weapon colour because it looks very strange right now. So you would have to try and fuck around with the colours, I think, to I can't quite remember what Marpat looks like. Colour-wise, anyway. I mean, you know, there it is, there's Marpat right there. Thinking about pizza, you know that one with pineapple on it? You mean the best one? Yeah. I'm thinking about that too. So yeah, I think we'll start a we'll start a a human campaign the next time we play, I think. Do we have any pizza shops open at this hour? Before quarantine, like our local Domino's sometimes is open until 3 AM, but now it started closing at 11 PM, which is understandable, really. Don't want that person to stay there. Go away. Does Danger have a promotion, Matty? Danger's dead. Bullets. Yeah, bullets. They're pretty deadly. What did I do? Nothing. Like, the mission went bad. Sahara, thank you so much for the raid. Appreciate that. We're not really doing anything right now. We're just kind of hanging out. But thank you very much for the raid. Welcome, raiders. Joe, thank you very much for popping the Discord command for the raiders there. Appreciate that. Yeah, he died. He gave his life to try and rescue people, Matty. Like, what the fuck else do you want him to do? Like, he was in the resistance to save people, and he died doing it. Sometimes sacrifices have to be made. Put it this way, Matty, 8 people went out on the mission that he died on, and only 2 of them came back. Apparently Sahara's managed to raid me twice somehow. Thank you for the double raid, Sahara, I appreciate that. Yeah, Matty. I think it was 5 people were killed, 1 was captured, 1 was wounded, and 1 came back like intact. So now we're just kind of looking at what we're going to do when we start again, because we're obviously I think everybody's kind of decided that we're going to start again, but we're not going to start with we're not going to do clones again immediately. Maybe for season 3 we'll do clones. We're going to do a human XCOM next time. The uptime's not correct, Matty, because my connection died. We've been streaming now for probably 5.5 hours, I think. I like the clones too, Aria, but I think, you know, there's no reason we can't come back to them. I think doing the human one, now that I've figured out ways using the clones to do it better, where I don't spend 15 minutes every time a subscriber wants a soldier. Essentially what we've decided is, if you weren't here, everybody when they join, when they choose a person, obviously you're going to choose your name, your last name, your nickname, you're going to choose your nationality as well, and your gender, because they will be a thing this time. But everybody, that's not a good example, because that's War Dog. Did I call him that? Yeah, I did. this is what all of our rookies are going to look like in terms of clothing. That's going to be the rookie uniform. But they're also all going to, if I briefly take his helmet off, they're all going to have the same haircut and no facial hair, including the women. They're all going to get a buzz cut, so that their face will be chosen by you guys, eye colour will be chosen, but hair colour won't matter for the start anyway. And basically you're going to use your upgrades to not only change like their hair and their hair colour, but their clothes and their kit and all of that good stuff, and their their clothing colour if you want to. We're going to take the clone stuff out because it's annoying me already. Why does he look like he's got a different face all of a sudden? If you have a Polak, I believe Polish is in the nationalities. Yeah, the Star Wars stuff is definitely all going for when we do it. Yeah, Poland. You can be from Poland, Matty. Yeah, you raided twice. So, yeah, you can be from Poland, Matty. There's quite a few nationalities on here. There's definitely not all of them, but there's quite a few. And Poland is one of them. Yeah, it got pretty nasty. It got pretty nasty, if I do say so myself. Is Catalan one? I highly doubt Catalan is, because it's not recognised as a nationality. It might be a culture and an ethnicity, but these are nationalities, so I don't think that Catalan is in there. No, it's not. I know you probably don't want to hear this if you are Catalan, but Spanish is in there. I know it's not the same thing, but so yeah, we shall probably start that up on Monday and hope it doesn't go to shit. You will want to sponsor a rookie, no worries. Are you also doing easy to write? What? Oh, you are also doing easy too, right? Yes, we're going to do it on easy, just because Ryan assures me that it doesn't make the game a cakewalk, which I don't want, but it does make it so that you're more likely to hit things instead of having those frustrating moments where you can't hit Advent for the entire fucking turn, but they can hit you when it's their turn. Well, I'm going to keep Commander's Choice on as well, Sarah. So, as much as you will probably be sponsoring rookies, you will also be able to choose which class they level into. So yeah, I'll make sure I've got those uniforms locked down and that they are what I want them to be. I may also play the very first mission offline, because what I might want to do, as much as I don't want to save scum, and I don't like save scumming, which for those who don't know, that's where you, if something goes wrong, you load the game up again before it went wrong and do it better. As much as I don't want to save scum, I think the first mission, if I'm going to be playing the first mission with a squad of presets, like we did with the clones, it doesn't really matter if you guys don't see it. And what I would like to do is make sure that all the presets survive the first mission so that I can use their uniforms to make uniforms, essentially. So I'll probably make sure that I'll play the first mission offline, save it, and then we'll pick up from after that. Off to sleep, got a ton of decorating to do tomorrow. No worries, Sahara, thank you for stopping by the stream, thank you for the raid, I appreciate you, thank you very much. Have a good sleep, and I hope decorating is fun tomorrow. Alright, well, at this point I'm kind of just staring at XCOM soldiers and talking shit repeatedly. So I feel like now might be the time to end the stream. I don't know if I'm happy with the Rangers having the ball cap. I may change that up. I'm not sure. In fact, I'm going to have a look at it right now. Is there a way? What if I did? Can I do a field beret and then give them a headset? Is that doable? Definitely don't want to do that. No, it doesn't look like it. I would have liked to have done a field beret and a headset. Yeah, I think it's got to be that, hasn't it? With the way you approach the game, I don't think you'll lose many people until the Advent strength starts rising and they start hitting you with the big boys. I mean, I don't have a problem with that though. Like, I don't mind if the early game we barely lose anyone and then later on we start to lose more. Because to me that makes more sense. First of all, it gives people more time to, you know, customize their characters and level, like, their characters to level up and get skills. It also makes the war feel a little bit more like it's been a long war rather than, you know, fucking after. I mean, we're only on day 4 and it's gone to hell. And we lost our first people on day 3. Now, yes, some of those days were 6 hours streams, but still feels a bit quick. Like, I wouldn't mind by day 6 or 7 if things were starting to get tough, but yeah, exactly. Like, I kind of want it to feel like, you know, the Resistance is just starting out properly and Advent maybe gets caught by surprise for a bit and then they start going, alright, let's kick these guys in, shall we? Because they're starting to piss me off. But that's fine. I don't care if it gets difficult towards the end. I just want it to be a bit easier at the start, to be honest. And I'd rather not have embarrassing, like, embarrassingly bad misses. I hate that RN Jesus is part of XCOM. At least as bad as he is. So yeah, I'm gonna stop chatting shit and see if I can find somewhere to raid. Because that seems like the smart thing to do. There's not really anyone I can raid, to be honest. There's not really many people kicking around that I know. So yeah, when you miss with a shotgun from point blank range. So yeah, thank you guys so much for hanging out and playing XCOM. Sorry that the clone campaign's kind of gone down the tubes. We'll definitely pick up with a new human campaign on Monday at 8 PM ish my time. So hopefully I'll see most of you there. To be honest, playing XCOM, you guys, especially me playing XCOM, you guys need to get used to the fact that we're probably going to fail most of the campaigns. I have completed default XCOM campaigns, but I've never completed a Long War 2 campaign. They always seem to get ahead of me. And I learn every time, but I never seem to learn enough fast enough to ever win. So they're probably all going to end in failure, but we'll have fun watching each other die and be heroic. That's basically the idea. So hopefully I'll see some of you guys on Monday for the start of the human campaign. I'm actually looking forward to it. I'm glad the clones have given me a way of doing a human campaign without it being 15 minutes of customizing a single person's soldier. I don't think I'd have quite got there if not for the clone campaign. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. It's almost the end of May, but May's been a really good month for me this month. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you very much for that. I'll probably be on SRP shortly, so you know, if you're still hanging around, I might be back online within a couple of hours. We'll see. If it's, you know, I'm feeling alright right now, but it depends how long it takes for it to start kicking off. I might do, Ryan, but we'll see. I don't know. Especially maybe at the beginning for sure, but like it'll rapidly get ahead of me again. So yeah, thank you guys for hanging out. I really appreciate it. I'll see you soon. Monday will be the next XCOM. SRP will probably be happening at some point over this weekend. And at some point as well, if the human campaign starts to go well, we will be doing it on Thursday next week, but I'm considering maybe starting like to stream on either Friday or Sunday, and that'll probably be XCOM as well, so we'll do it 3 times a week. I don't know if that's potentially too much, but we'll see. We'll see which way it lands, which way you guys want to do things, if I feel good about it. In the meantime, I don't know when I'll next see you, so I hope you all have a great day, a great night, a great rest, a great weekend. Stay safe, be healthy. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Ryan. I'm gonna keep 3K on the schedule, like at least like 1 day a week, because I don't want to take things off the schedule that are things that we do enjoy. But I'm kind of burned out on 3K. I don't want to do 3K 2 times a week right now, because I'm much more excited about doing XCOM. What the fuck is that? God damn, I hope we don't have to face one of them. It's like a muton with fucking armor on. Jesus. See, Long War, I'm pretty sure it's got more enemies that we haven't experienced yet, so it's going to kick the crap out of us at some point. But anyway, enough of that. Yeah, I'll check out other mods, see if I can get some Warhammer stuff working. If not, you know, you ever do the Skulljack thing? I've done it a couple times. You need to do it for the missions. But anyway, I'll stop talking because I've been talking a lot. I'm just kind of rambling at this point. I love you guys. I'll see you soon. For the time being, though, it's going to be War Dog out.